Oh, very good morning, students. Myself Mittal Javia from St. Thomas School, going to teach you science. As we were there in the chapter number 12, on the page number 122. So let's start from that page. In our previous video, we have learned that conductors, right? So what do you mean by conductor? Let's recall one more time. See, the material which allows to pass the current, that's called a conductor. Okay, it allows the current to pass through them, it's called conductor. Now let's start the insulators. So let's begin the chapter. The insulators do not allow electric current to pass through them. With the help of table 12.1, name the materials that are conductors of electricity and also those which are insulators. See what they are telling, that the insulators means the material that do not allow to pass the current. Okay. So yesterday we have learned one table, okay, we have seen one table. In the table what was there? Many things were given, many materials were given. From that material we have to find out which one was the conductor, and we have done that. So that means the material through which the electricity passes the current passes, is called the conductor. That means the remaining things were insulators, okay. So let me show you that table. See, here it's the table 12.1. Yesterday we have done it. The key, it's made up of a metal, so it passes the current. Eraser is made up of a rubber, so it does not allow to pass the current. So the eraser, the rubber material, is considered as the insulators, okay. Scale, it's made up of a plastic, so it will not allow to pass the current, so it's an insulator. Matchstick, it's made up of a wood, so again it will not allow to pass the current, right? So it's an insulator. Glass bangle, again it's made up of a glass, it will not allow to pass the current, so it's an insulator. Now last one is iron nail. It's made up of a metal, and metal allows to pass the current, okay. So it's called a conductor, okay. So here in this table we are having two conductors. The first one is key and the last one iron nail. So both were made up of a metal, so it allows to pass the current from one end to the another end, so it's considered as the conductor, and the remaining were insulators. So here, as we have defined the difference between the conductor and the insulator, you have to fill the 2-3 examples of it. Already we have done in the table 12.1, right? So conductors, key, iron nail, okay, and insulator, plastic, scale and rubber, and that all. What do you conclude? Which material are conductors and which are insulators? See, what they are telling, that what do you mean now? Do you conclude that which are the insulators and which are the conductors? Yes. What was that? The thing which allows to pass the current from one end to the another end, that's a conductor, and the things that do not allow to pass the current, it's called an insulator, okay. Recall the object that grouped as those having lusters. See, in chapter 4 already you are having done this type of the things, and what they are telling, that make a group of the things they are having the luster. It's a something material like a crockery or a shiny things, right? Already you are done in the chapter 4. Are they the conductors? Now you have to think it by yourself whether it's a conductor or not. No, it's not a conductor. It now seems easy to understand why copper, aluminium and other material are used for making wires. See, now it's very easy to understand because they are made up of a metallic things, aluminum, copper and other materials. Whatever the things, other metals are used for making the wire. So because of these all things, they are the conductor we are using to make the wires. Okay. Let us recall activity 4 in which we made an electric circuit with a switch. See, in an activity 4 we had made an electric circuit with a switch. That 2 drawing pins, 1 safety pin and the thermocol sheet. On that thermocol sheet we have attached 2 drawing pins, right? And in that drawing pins, what we have done on the one side, we have attached 1 safety pin also. When the safety pin will touch to the other drawing pin, the bulb will glow, isn't it? And when you will take it off, the bulb will off. Let me show you that picture so it will be more easy to understand. See this one, isn't it? It's in the on position and here it's in the off position. So now they are talking about the activity 4, about this one. Let us recall the activity 4 in which we made an electric circuit with the switch. So I have already shown you. When the switch was in the open position where the 2 drawing pins not connected with each other, though the thermocol sheet, but the thermocol you may have found it as an insulator. Yes, what they are telling that the 2 drawing pins already we have attached in thermocol sheet, right? But the thermocol is an insulator, it's not a conductor, so the electric current is not passing through that one, and so the thermocol sheet is considered the insulator. But when you will keep the safety pin in between and when the pin one side will touch to the another drawing pin, at that time the bulb will glow. So at that time it was on the on position and the bulb will glow, so the pin is considered as the conductors. Okay. What about the air between the gap? See what they are telling, that what about the air between the gap? It's also a insulator. If air is there, then also bulb is not glowing, no? So it's an insulator. Since the bulb does not glow when there is only air in the gap between the drawing pin in your switch, as I told you that the air is also an insulator. It means that the air is also an insulator. Conductors and insulators are equally important for us. The switches, electrical plugs and sockets are made up of conductors. On the other hand, rubbers and plastics are used for covering the electric wire, plug stops, switches and other parts of the electrical appliances which people might touch. See what they are telling, that the conductor and the insulator both are equally important for us. Why? See, the conductors are used to pass the current, right? But the insulator, it does not allow to pass the current. So why the insulator is important? See, the outermost cover of the switches, the plastic casing, right? We are just touching to on for doing the on and off. So it's very important. The insulator is also important as much as conductor. Okay. See, our body is a conductor of electricity. Therefore, be careful when you handle an electric appliances. See what they are telling, that our body is a conductor. When we touch the electric thing directly with our hand, we will get shock. Okay. So it considered as the body is a conductor. We can get the a current passes in our body. It just comes to us. Okay. So our body is a conductor. So here our chapter is over, students. Just go through it, just read it, and from next video I'll start the new chapter. Okay. So that's all for the day, students. Have a good day.